Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for the second season for the Lynn Tech boys soccer team. This is Division 4 North opening round tournament action. And if you look on your TV screen, you'll see big puffy white clouds, big blue skies, sun shining brightly. And it's a miserable day here at Manning Field because the wind is blowing 400 miles an hour. There are soccer balls on the field that are getting blown all over the place. They put the ball down at midfield getting ready for the start. It's already blown past the 35-yard line and hasn't stopped, and it's picking up speed. Tech is the number 8 seed. Manchester Essex is the number 9 seed. Tech is 10-6-2. Manchester is 9-4-5. Rob Pillsbury is the head guy for Manchester. Eric Moreno for the Tech Tigers. Junior Ramirez will be in net for the Tigers. Maximilian Hahn for Manchester Essex. The winner will pack it in. The winner will move on to play the number 1 seed in the quarterfinals. The loser will pack it up. Yeah, they're still trying to find the soccer ball. It's blowing all over the place. The wind is unbelievably strong. Manning Field will be the home for quite a few of these games. And you're going to see some unbelievable action with the ball. If you hit the ball up in the air here at Manning Field, it could wind up at Frazier Field. No telling what's going to happen when you kick it. And even if you kick it along the turf like a ground ball, the wind is going to carry it as far as it can go. Manchester Essex is in the white, Tech in the blue, and already I'm at a deficit because I can't pick out almost all of the Tech numbers because they blend in with the dark blue shirts and almost hiding it away. Tech picks it off, coming back. Manchester will break it up and knock it away. Tech trying to keep it in the Manchester end. And the big difference now, of course, when you're watching Tech games here on Channel 15, they kick it wide left. They were hoping that the wind was going to bring that tail back to the net, but it didn't. It carried a very long way, blowing it away. The difference now is somebody has to win. We can't end in a tie. So we'll go to 1, possibly 2 overtimes, and if that doesn't decide a winner, we will then go to a shootout, penalty kicks. Somebody has to win. The official on the near side blew the whistle for some reason. And I'm not sure what this is. He's sending the teams back to their benches for some reason. I have no idea what he saw. He saw something. Meanwhile, they better chase down the ball because it's blown away. I do know that before the game, the net at the far end virtually blew away. It turned almost sideways. They had to reconnoiter the net. Now they're talking to the Tech coach for some reason, and I have no idea what the referee saw. He's pointing down towards the net, but I'm at a loss to figure out what he saw and what the problem is. So we're just about set to get back to soccer, and it was, as I thought, the net at the other end. It shows you how strong the wind is blowing. It moved the net down the other side, so they got a couple of more weighted bags and anchored it down on both sides, and they're assuming that everything is okay, and Manchester's going to get to kick it away after Tech kicked it out of play. Out, headed past midfield. Tech has it blocked. They headed back upfield. Manchester Essex has it blocked. They haven't really got it into the Tech end yet. Tech has taken it away a couple of times. And they do it again, and Manchester knocks it out into their own bench area. Tech will get the throw in. Tech bounced by them. Tech gets it. Long lead pass is blocked. They were looking to send Zacharias in with that pass, and then it gets tipped, blocked, and that's Herrera with the defensive play. And Herrera battling, slows it down. Tech takes it away, and they tip it upfield. They get by with a rush coming down the near side. They knock it deep. Zacharias looking to go get it. It got deflected off Manchester Essex, and they took it away. And we're going to get a call. Herrera took Curtis down. From midfield, the free kick. They drill it to the net. They got a head on it, knocked it out in front, and it's cleared away by the defense of Tech. And they take it away and knock it deep. And the defense of Manchester breaks it up. This is going to be knocked too deep. It's going to go out of play. Ramirez doesn't bother kicking. He just throws it upfield. Now they're going to give it back to Ramirez. He does the same thing. He just kicks it to the far side. Nice little shift. They get by, but they pushed it too far. It went out of play. They missed the header. Bodies go down as they trip over one another. And they're going to call Tech for the takedown. And from the 15-yard line, I think it's Birkland. Oh, there's two of them there. They're going to. One of them is going to take the kick from just inside the 15-yard line. They fake it, and then they take the kick, and they knock it way out of sight. Murphy got broken up. They knock it deep, looking for a break. Birkland will track it down. And he tried to throw it out in front. It got blocked and knocked out. And Manchester's going to get a corner kick. Coming from the near side. Trying to get the ball to stay in place is going to be a job and a half. They tip it, they get it back, and they drive it long and deep. It stays in play. Tech kicks it away. Manchester will knock it out into their own bench area yet again. Nobody's really come close to a shot on net. Tech had one shot that went wide left and out of play. The corner kick never materialized for Manchester Essex. So neither goaltender has had to really do much here in the early going. And I think I can easily say that these young kids down there, young men, have not played in anything like these conditions. I mean, when you got wind that blows the netting off and blows the ball who knows where and how far, I'm sure they've probably played in snow and ice and rain and cold. But I don't think they've ever played in weather like this with this wind. Tech blocked it. They knocked it out off Pasquale. Macario took the throw in. Tech trying to get there. And shielded away by the defense. The ball goes out of play. And Manchester will get to kick it away. Perkland just kept it in play. And it wasn't Perkland, it was Kiernan who kept it in play. And now there was contact, so Manchester will get another free kick. This one coming from around the 30-yard line. He was going to take it from the 40. The official moved him up. Benjamin Lance takes the kick, and it just floats away from the net. And Manchester's going to get called for knocking Tech down, and Tech will get to kick it away. And I believe it's Kayipi. Knocked out off Tech. Trying to knock it deep. Tech picked it off. Manchester stepped in, but they knocked it out of play. Feeling out process here. Nobody's really come close to getting a legitimate chance for a goal. And they're going to get Zacharias for, had both hands pushing away, trying to get control of the ball. They knock it deep, and they knock it too deep. It's going to go out of play. Ramirez quickly gets it to the far side. Tech trying to go deep, knocked away by Manchester. Coach Eric Moreno Sr. has done a nice job with this Tech team. The Moreno family has done a great job. Eric Moreno Jr., both him and his dad, the coach of Tech, the son, the coach of Classical, in their first year coaching in Lynn High School. And Eric Moreno Jr., which is voted the coach of the year in his division in the Northeastern Conference. I'm sure Eric Moreno Sr. here, quite proud of his young son. Winds up with Tech getting a free kick. Contact over that far side. They knock it to the near side to Macario, and it just bounces right by him. The wind just blew that. He was waiting for the ball, looked like it was right at him, and the wind picked it and just blew it upfield. He had no chance to go get it. Now they knock it deep. They get it to the middle, and they knock it deep, and it's a foot race. Manchester got there, couldn't get the shot off. Now they get the shot off, it got blocked. Good defense. And Tech forced him to take it. It looked like Tech blocked it, pushed it wide right, but it just went off the foot of Manchester. The shot. Good defense there. Looked like they almost had a break with Kiernan. Give it go is broken up. And as Gio Ramirez knocks it back. Broken up. Bodies go down. Bodies go down again. They're going to call Tech for the takedown. Another free kick. They can spend the rest of the day trying to keep that ball quiet. There it goes, blowing away again. He's just got to hurry up and kick it because it's not going to stay there. The wind is going to rule the roost. He can't. There's no way he's going to be able to. They may have to have somebody come out and hold it. He just tips it. He was going to try and go deep. Just said the heck with it. Try to go behind the back. Tech picked it off. They knock it deep, looking for a break. It slides off the goalie's hand, but they couldn't get a piece of it in time to get a shot off. Hahn came all the way out of the net, had it, bobbled it, and the shot hooked to the net. He looked like he had it, Hahn. Bounced off him, and Tech will get a corner kick. The ball off the goaltender. Nobody in the net. He was out almost to the 10-yard line. But Tech couldn't get possession in time to get a shot off. When they finally did, Hahn was able to make the save. It hooked away from him, but he got a piece and knocked it out. And Tech will get the corner kick coming from the near side. It's headed away. Trying to throw it in front again. Tipped up in the air, loose out in front. Manchester finally clears it away. They knock it all the way back so they can start it upfield. Ramirez almost picked it off. And Ramirez with a little bump, it goes out of play. They don't call the bump, they call it out. Off Tech. And now Manchester Essex is changing their goalkeeper. I'm assuming that this is Finian Carlson, the other goaltender. They throw it out of play. Macario will take the throw in. It goes off Tech, out of play. I think going off Murphy. Ramirez pushing it up. Cuts to the middle. His pass is picked off. To get it in the middle, went off the foot of Lentz. Ramirez with it, trying to get it ahead off the back foot of Zacharias. Pushes it ahead, and they're going to call Tech offside. Macario got out ahead. High in the air, it blows back towards the net. That looked like it was going to go 30 yards downfield, and it just blew right back. Tech got a break. They overthrew the throw in, but then it got blocked and knocked out of play. They'll get the throw in down deep. Our goal is going to look awful good in this game, because neither team has come close. That one shot on net that Hahn made the save, deflected off him, it was going to hook away from him. It wasn't going to go to the net. Knocked out again. Tech takes it away. Ramirez tried to shoot it, drilled it. It got tipped and knocked wide right by Manchester. Tech will get a corner kick. The hardest job today are the people on the sidelines who are throwing the balls in when they go out of play, because then they have to chase it 9 miles because the wind's blowing it out of sight. Tech got a head on it. It took a big hop, and Carlson picked it off. Nice save by Carlson. That would have been in the net. That's the first legitimate chance either team has had. Manchester hasn't come close. They knock it to the near side. Cutting it back to the middle. Tipped in the air. Ramirez will come out of the net, play it at the near side, and he'll throw it upfield to Macario. And he just kicks it out of play. Carroll will take the throw in after Manchester Essex makes a couple of substitutions. They knock it all the way back. Now they knock it even further back to the goaltender. Popped up in the air. He almost gave that one away. They knock it back. Get it to the middle. Trying to get it to the far side. Tech picks off the pass. And they hustle back upfield. Knocked away by Tech. Goaltender has to come out and kick it away. Carlson doing a nice job. Deflected off Tech. Tech winds up with it. Tipped ahead, and Zacharias is offside. There were two Tech players that were upfield, and when the ball got tipped by everybody, they were both offside. Halfway through and counting this first half, no score. Division 4 North opening round. Tech taking on Manchester Essex in what will be the last soccer game for one of these two teams. And here's Macario again knocking it out of play. Ramirez kept it in play, but Manchester took it away. They tip it ahead, and they're going to get Manchester Essex for knocking Murphy down. They threw it ahead, trying to send Murphy in. He got bumped from behind. Tech will get a free kick from just inside the 25-yard line. Trying to hold it so it doesn't blow away. I think it's Kaipi taking the kick. They drill it right into that picket fence. They couldn't get it over. Manchester's players out in front. Blocked and knocked out. And they're calling it off Manchester. They pop it in the air. That's going to wind up way out far to the right, bouncing around. That almost left the park. Up in the air is going to get blown right back to the net. Headed away by Herrera. And they knock it deep. And they knock it very deep. Carlson will take the kick. Carlson's only a sophomore. Manchester is senior late, and they got 14 seniors. Trying to kick it away. And it goes out. Nobody else touched it. Going off Kaipi. Manchester will get the throw in. And it couldn't keep it in. Tech is trying to let it go out of play. Manchester tried to save it, but they reached in and got a foot on it, but knocked it out. Ramirez will kick it away. This is the first of the three boys teams that from Lynn that qualified for the state tournament. Glasgow boys and St. Mary's boys will be here tomorrow, and they're hoping that the wind is going to die down. There's quite a few fans here for this afternoon game. I think they were a little bit surprised because most of them probably forgot you have to buy a ticket to come into the tournament game. Ramirez got broken up. And Ramirez gets it back. Trying to center it. Nothing but white shirts there. And Manchester takes it back the other way. Broken up by Tech. Headed away by Tech. Tipped by Ramirez. Manchester breaks it up. That's been the story of the first half. Nobody has really come close to scoring a goal. Tech just took that away. Ramirez is going to get called for a takedown. He was battling with Cannon and took Cannon down. Actually, it was Lundstrom he took down. They knock it to the far side. Tech picks it off. Herrera deflected, but he was able to knock it ahead. Popped up. Kaipi knocks it back the other way. Nice takeaway by Macario. Manchester player tried to get it. He went down. Tech gets it back. Macario trying to walk in. And Manchester gets a piece and knocks it out of play. And they're calling it off Tech. Looked like they reached in and knocked it away from Macario, but they're calling it off Macario. Carlson will kick it away. They don't bother trying to get it upfield. Now they do. It winds up deflected. Out. And they're calling it off Berkland. Deflected right to Manchester. And they knock it deep. Nice takeaway by the defense. And Manchester took it back, but they knocked the player down to do it. So another free kick, this one for Tech, coming from midfield. They knock it deep, headed away. Mariners gets triple teamed, they take it away. Long lead pass, Kaipi breaks it up. They were trying to send Cannon in. Substitution for Manchester. Macario knocked it away. They pop it up toward the net. It bounces back a little bit. It gets knocked to the near side. And they're calling it off Tech. Carroll will take the throw in. Knocked away by Kaipi. Carroll will do it again. Tipped around. Berkland winds up with it. In a crowd, it gets bumped, banged, knocked down. It goes out of play. And we have little altercation between players. Referee quickly in to break it up. Akis Taka Yesu is getting it talking to by the official. It was two other players, then he came in and got in the middle of it. A little touchy, pushy. Nothing really serious, but you don't want that to go on. You got to nip that in the bud so it doesn't get serious. Tech boots it away, headed back. Now we're going to get a talking to. I think we're going to get a yellow card. Right after they had a little conversation about let's not do anything unsportsmanlike and let's just play soccer, there was a call made, and the player going to the sideline, I didn't get his number, it's hard to pick up. He was like clapping in the face of one of the Tech players because they called a touch or a bump against Tech, and a couple of the Manchester players applauded, and when they applauded, they were doing it right in front of the Tech player, and the official came over and said, "That's a yellow card, go sit down." They knock it to the far side. Manchester trying to center it, it got blocked. They try to knock it in with a back kick. They knock it wide of the net. They had a couple of opportunities there. They're going to call it deflected off Tech and get a corner kick. The ball was out in front. It looked like Lundstrom was trying to kick it behind him, like a back kick to try and knock it in. Ramirez got a piece of it. It knocked loose. It finally wound up back out around the 10-yard line. The shot got deflected and went out of play. That's the closest Manchester's come here in this first half. From the near side, the corner kick. Everybody milling around trying to pick a partner. They kick a ground ball and Tech just boots it out of sight. Bounced up in the seats. Pasquale took the throw in. Tech knocks it deep past midfield. Tech knocked it loose. Pasquale knocks it all the way back to Carlson. And he boots it upfield. And it hooks right over the head of Berkland out of play. Pasquale sends it all the way back to Carlson, knocking it ahead. Tech broke it up. They break it up again. And Manchester wins up with a rush. Trying to knock it deep to the far side. It got deflected away. Tech took it away, but they knocked it into the Manchester bench area. Wound up sitting on the ball. He got bumped, went down, and had to get up so they could put the ball in play. He was sitting right on top of the ball. Tech coming back. Ramirez. See, Ramirez, a little shake and bake, maybe a little too much shake and bake. He was double or triple covered. Now they try to knock it out, and it goes out off Tech. And Tech knocks it out again. Looking to get a shot, it got deflected to the near side. Tech gets there and knocks it away. Berkland had it, lost it. Macario with the quick throw in. Ramirez has it taken away. Pass picked off in the middle by Tech. Zacharias made the play. Tech player went down. He's still down. The play going on. Manchester trying to walk in. Sliding was Ramirez, the goaltender, knocking it out. They come out to check on the Tech player now. The assistant coach was walking downfield to talk to his players. The referee came over and said, "Get back to the bench." He said, "I'm worried about my player." He said, "No, you weren't. You were walking downfield to talk to somebody. Get over there and stay on the bench." Corner kick coming from the far side this time. Headed away nicely. I think that was Ramirez, I believe, that went up and got it. Popped towards the net, bouncing around. Tech clears it away. It bounced high in the air. Nobody could really get a foot on it, and Tech finally was able to clear it. A little bit behind. Macari has to track it down. Trying to knock it deep. Broken up by the defense nicely. That was Edwards, who just got a foot on it. Broken up. Manchester's going to track it down. Tech takes it away. Manchester picked off the pass. They slided through a couple of defenders, but he couldn't go get it. Right in the middle of trying to take a shot to the net, there was a paper bag that blew. Almost looked like, do I play the bag or do I play the ball? Tipped away. Edwards knocks it all the way back to Carlson. Tech really hasn't had a legitimate shot on net. They had one that was hooking away. They bounced off, then goaltender Hahn, and went out of play, but it was hooking away from him. It wasn't going to be on net. It got tipped away. Macario with it. Ramirez again drops it off. Shot, blocked, never got to the net. Macario broke it up. It skips past Macario. Deflected to the middle. They bounce it to the far side. Trying to get it to the middle. Kayepi broke it up. Ramirez trying to knock it deep. It goes all the way to Carlson in net. We're in the final 2 minutes of this first half and counting. No score. Division 4 North opening round game. Lynn Tech, the number 8 seed. Manchester Essex, the number 9 seed. Not much to choose here in this first half. Tip back. Carlson comes out and gets it. Broken up nicely by Macario. Yeah, we got a takedown. And now we got a little pushing and shoving and banging. Tempers flare again. They both went for the ball. And now Edwards come running over, gave a two-handed shove. They're sending him to the bench. It wasn't a case of somebody threw a punch. It was a case of they both went for the ball. He's getting a red card. Totally uncalled for. It wasn't a case of somebody threw a punch or cross-body block or swung their hands, and it was a case of they slid, tried to take the ball away. They knocked it away. The player went down. They made the call. They were going to give Manchester the free kick, and instead of that, Edwards came running over, gave a two-handed shove, looked like he wanted to start a fight. Now, I don't know if that's the end of the half. We were in the final 2 minutes. I don't know if they sent teams. They're not going to the locker room. The officials are still out on the field. So I think we still have some time left in this first half. Not much. But the official sent Edwards to the bench. The other official went over and gave him a red card, which I'm assuming means he's going for the game. And if Manchester wins, he'll be gone for the next game. So I'm assuming that they're still going, and there's a little bit of time left in this scoreless first half. So I think they sent both teams to the bench to try and cool things down a bit. Good job by the officials. They're back out on the field. Manchester will get a kick. There's very little time left in this scoreless first half, but that was just totally uncalled for. It wasn't a case of Lintec attacked Manchester, and I may sound like a homer, but it just looked like they both were going for the ball, and Lintec slid and knocked the Manchester player off his pins. He went down, and from way back, a defender came running up and gave a two-handed shove to the Tech player and got in his face like he was going to really start something, and it wasn't really necessary. And he wound up getting kicked out of the game. Everybody going for the ball. They didn't call one takedown, but they called the other one. They're calling it against Tech. Tech was the player that went down. With a free kick up and coming, they blow the whistle, and that's the end of the first half. So a lot of combustion, almost a little angry tenants down there on the field, going at it a little bit. But hopefully cooler heads will prevail in the second half. We played a half in this Division 4 North opening round game. We started dead even. We ended it dead even. Tech, nothing. Manchester, Essex, nothing at halftime. Anything in the air is an adventure. We've got paper bags and all kinds of paraphernalia floating all around the stadium. Manchester has brought quite a few people. We're underway. We had some problems in the first half with people getting a little upset, tempers flaring a little bit. We had near misses as far as people going at each other. One player we believe got thrown out because he got a red card. And it was really something that never should have happened. He shouldn't have even got involved in the play. Trying to walk in, the shot hit the post. And they're saying it hit it out of play. They're saying it went out of play. It hit the post, but the ball was hit the part where it hit the post was out of play because it popped up and wound up right in front of the net with everybody looking at the ball about to knock it home when they blew the whistle. So it looked like they hit the post. It was in play, and they might score a goal with a rebound, but the ball hit the side of the post, and the side it hit was out of play. So Tech got a break there, because one goal is going to look awful big in this game if anybody gets one. Out off Manchester. Busy day here today at Manning Field. Tech playing this one. I think Glasgow will have a football game here tonight. And we should say congratulations to the St. Mary's football team. They are one game away from a Super Bowl. They knocked off the number 1 seed, Greater Lawrence, at Greater Lawrence last night. And they'll play for the division championship next week in Coach Driscoll's first year. Led by Jalen Echeverria in his first year of high school football. Tremendous basketball player. Decided to play football this year and has made a very big impact. Tech gets broken up by the defense. Tech takes it away. Manchester gets it back. Tech breaks it up. Manchester breaks it up. It winds up with Tech with it. Pass easily picked off by Manchester. To the far side, Pasquale with it. Trying to knock it deep, and they're not going to catch up to it. The wind gets a hold of that. The wind's blowing that way. Manchester now has the wind at their back. And they kicked it upfield, and it's just carried easily out of play. High in the air, and it drifts back towards the net. And they're going to call it off the hand. He tried to knock it down. It popped up, took a big hop, and when he tried to settle it down in front of him, it hit him on the arm or the hand, and Tech will get to kick it away. Tech trying to get something going. Can't get it upfield. Manchester picks it off. They knock it deep. Manchester almost took it away. It got by, but they tripped and fell down trying to go get it. And we have another takedown there. Tech is going to get called. Kahipi took the player down. And if he didn't take him down, he was going to go get the ball and walk in alone. And that was Curtis. So they get a free kick from the 17-yard line. They let Tech's picket fence get fairly close. They can't keep the ball steady because the wind's blowing it away. Let's see who's going to take the kick. There's two of them there. They fake it. Now they take it. And Ramirez makes the save. Great save. That was going in the top shelf on the far side. That was Berkland with a terrific kick. It hooked back, was going to go under the top crossbar into that top corner. And Ramirez just dove and got two hands on it and knocked it away. That's the first legitimate scoring opportunity anybody has had. That was in the net, but Ramirez made a great save. They get it out in front, they got a head on it, they knocked it over the net and out of play. I think it was Lundstrom. I thought it was Manchester got a head on it looking for a goal, but they're going to call it off Tech. So another corner kick coming from the near side. Everybody, one of the Manchester players trying to block the goaltender. It never gets to the net. And it got knocked away. Tech is going to... Tech knocked it out. I was wondering why Manchester was walking downfield. Manchester's going to get the throw in. Roberts throws it in. Tech knocks it away and knocks it out of play. Carroll with the throw in. And Tech knocks it out. Tipped up, headed away by Tech. Manchester steps in, takes it away. Nice little shift by Roberts. And taken away. Nice play by Herrera. And went off the hand. Kenneth first broke in with that throw-in, was going to pick it off with his body and take it upfield, but he got a hand or an arm on it. And Kahipi will take the free kick. And while it's rolling away, he boots it up. They let it go all the way through. Carlson comes out past the 5-yard line, throws it back upfield. They knock it deep. Manchester knocks it deeper. Kahipi got a head on it and knocked it out of play. For those of you that are used to watching soccer here on Channel 15, this will be a little bit different. Games during the season, ties with ties. There are no ties in the tournament. They're playing overtime, a second overtime, and getting down to a shootout. Penalty kicks. Out in front, they got a head on it right in front of the net and headed it over the net. It took a big hop over a couple of defenders, and sitting right out in front with an easy pick, he did get a head on it. That was Naderson Curtis, but he tipped it over the net and out of play. They knock it deep to the far side. Tech gets there and keeps it in. Bodies go down, they're going to call Tech. They were running interference so they could go get the ball, and they wound up knocking the player down. Tech was rushing it down the far side. Defense trying to catch up. And they were running interference for him, getting in the way of the defense so they could get the ball downfield, and they wound up knocking the Manchester player down. Tipped away by Zacharias. He gets it back, knocks it deep. A foot race. Getting out there first was Carlson, past the 10-yard line and kicking it out of bounds. He left the net wide open, but he was able to get a foot on it and knock it away. Zacharias broken up. Tech breaks it up and knocks it the other way. Shot from long range. Nice bid by Capio. Carlson made the save. Knocked out by Kayipi. Manchester with a throw in right next to their own bench. Skips around. Manchester gets control. Knocks it to the near side. Bounces off the foot of the intended receiver, Takayesu. They throw it out in front, knocked away by Kayipi nicely. To the near side. And broken up nicely by the defense. "14 minutes into this second half, scoreless. Manchester Essex and Lynn Tech. Both teams have played a bundle of ties. Seven ties between the two of them. Tech keeps it in play. Ramirez with it. They knock it deep. Foot race, they knock it even deeper. And Carlson has to backtrack and knock it down because it looked like it was going to float over his head. They knock it deep, they'll keep it in play. Tech took it away, nice job. There's Intangano. They try to tip it back. They tip it too far. Now it's loose. I think they call Tech offside. I think Carlson would have come out quick enough to knock it away. They look like they're going to have 2-on-none. And they called the takedown back upfield. And Tech is going to get a free kick. They knock it to the side of the net. Carlson way out of the net coming to get it. Off the foot of Gonzalez. They knock it very deep. It takes a huge hop, bounce. Tech will get to kick it away. Sorry, you can't stay up here.
How come?
You're going to be down in the seats. Liabilities, insurance, can't be up here. Have to be in the seats. Sorry, I apologize, but I have to do what I have to do.
So how come those boys can be on the other side, but I can't be?
They can, there won't be if I see them. Gotta be down in the seats, guys. Can't be up in the seats up here. Off the stairs, you gotta be off the stairs. Come on, guys, you can't sit there. Go, gotta get down. Gotta get down. Gotta get down the seats.
Sir, are we okay? I got your call, the effort field goal.
If you weren't with him, I would pick him up. Corner kick coming from the far side. Knocked away by Tech. They got a foot on it. Nice job out in front. And it just floats away, blows away, and it's out of play. From down deep, the throw in. Tech misfired on it. Now they kick it away. It skips past. Manchester keeping it in the Tech end. Coming back, they tip it ahead, and Ramirez will get there just ahead of Birkland. Manchester was up their possession in Tech territory quite a bit in this second half. Tech hasn't been downfield that much. They've been virtually playing almost total defense this second half. Trying to walk in. Spills goes down. Tech takes it away. Herrera knocks it to the middle. Tech trying to knock it deep. You can't get it up in the air because if you do, it's going to float right back at you. battling going on. Tech comes away with the ball. Herrera knocks it downfield. And again, it just kind of like, almost like a parachute. You get it up in the air and all of a sudden, boom, it just floats down and back almost right at you. Manchester picked off the pass. They get it downfield. Trying to knock it to the far side. McCowie was there to pick off the pass initially. Now they knock it deep, trying to get it through. And they'll knock it out of play. It goes off Janowitz. Itangano with the throw in. He's got it back. And he gets broken up. Manchester knocks it deep. Kayipi was there to knock it away. Ramirez trying to tip it ahead. Picked off by Manchester's defense. Tech now getting it in the Manchester end for a little bit. And just getting it up, and it's just going to float out of play. Bodies go down as the ball goes out of play. Off Manchester. And that gets popped up into the seats. And we got a whistle. I think we're going to get just over 17 minutes left in this second half. Scoreless between Manchester and Lynn Tech. We got a timeout. The quarterback didn't play in either game.
Oh, yeah.
He was suspended. Almost point-blank range from about the 10-yard line. They kicked it right into the lap of Carlson as we're back underway after the timeout. Good opportunity for the Tigers. And now going in, Takayesu was 1-on-5. They head it back to the goaltender. He just kicked it away from Ramirez. And Tech wound up with it. Trying to throw it to the net. It got blocked. Manchester gets it back. Just tipping it away. Zacharias looking for it. Tipped. Manchester coming back upfield. The pass is picked off. They knock it deep. They knock it too deep. You kind of get the feeling this could come down to penalty kicks, the way this is going. They haven't been. Intangano. Herrera knocks it downfield. Ramirez trying to take it to the net. Pushes it ahead. They knock it high in the air, out in front. Knocked down by Tech. They couldn't get the shot off. There were two of them there. They both said, I'll take it. No, you take it. And they wound up not getting a shot. Knocked away and knocked deep by Manchester. Headed away by Gonzalez. Intangano couldn't keep it in. Roberts with the throw-in. Berkland broken up. Tech coming back. Tip it to the middle. And it gets broken up nicely by the defense. Headed away by Herrera. Zacharias couldn't get a head on it. Loose ball taken away by Tech, but they throw it behind Ramirez. Blocked and knocked out by Macario. Kind of shanked it to the middle of the field, headed away by Manchester, headed back by Kayepi. Manchester knocks it deep. Ramirez will come out of the net, play it at the side of the net, and just throw it upfield to Intangano. And he kicks it out of play. Roberts with the quick throw-in. Tech is going to get called for a takedown. Gonzalez came up behind Curtis and knocked him down. Free kick coming for Manchester from the 20-yard line, but from a tough angle. They moved Tech's picket fence back a couple of feet. Kai Carroll will take the kick. Everybody going to the net, out in front. They got a head on it, knocked it over the net. Keenan breaking to the net, went up, got a head on it, and knocked it over the net. Actually, it was Kellen First, who got a head on it. I was just about to say, Ramirez has to be careful with that kick because it was right in front of the net. If he kicks it, his liable to go right back at him and into the net. Out off Tech. Headed out by Tech. Manchester's going to get a corner kick. Ten minutes and counting in regulation in this one. The winner moves on to take on the number 1 seed. The loser has played their last high school soccer game if they're a senior. And kick it way past everybody. It's going to go out of play. Tech quickly puts it in play and takes it back. And they knock it deep. Manchester can't keep it in. It goes out of play. Ramirez shaking and baking, trying to get away from everybody. Drops it back to Herrera. They give it back to Kayepi. And he tried to kick it downfield. He kicked it off to the right and out of play, and Manchester will get the throw in. Manchester has had advantage, if you want to call it that, territorial-wise, here in this second half. Ramirez hasn't had to make really any saves at all. Carlson had to make a couple, but they were like point blank right at him. Got good looks at it. They were fairly easy saves. Herrera broken up. Manchester takes it away. And knocked away. Bodies go down. They don't call it. And they called it there. Somebody got a hand on it. Kayepi booted it deep. Manchester got a head on it, tipped it wide and out of play. Tech will get the throw in down deep. Coming up on 7 minutes left in regulation. Itangano will take the throw in. Manchester knocked it out. And now they'll knock it away. Tech takes it away. Trying to knock it to the middle. Ramirez trying to get a shot. Takes it. Missed it wide left. He had an opportunity. Trying to spin around at the same time, take the shot. And as he did, it went off his foot and just missed left. Good effort. It was good hustle by Capio to get it out in front for the opportunity. They knock it deep. Ramirez collecting. Too far ahead for Zacharias. They take the shot, they get it up in the air, and it just floats away. Way over to the far side. Itangano trying to get there. It goes out of play. Out off Cannon. Zacharias broke it up. Tech gets it back. They knock it deep. It's a foot race. Carlson gets there first. Zacharias got broken up. They knock it deep. It skips past. Capio's going to pick it up on the near side. Zacharias trying to give it back, threw it behind him. It actually got tipped. It was tipped by Lundstrom. 5 minutes and counting in regulation. Out off Manchester. Tech is going to get a corner kick. Coming from the near side. Out in front, they got a head on it. Headed away. Still heading it away. Keeping it alive. They finally tip it away from the net. It goes off the head of Herrera, out of play. Manchester will make substitutions. 4 minutes away from overtime. They knock it deep. Tech trying to collect, knocked away. Zacharias battling, keeping it alive. Knocked away. Manchester will knock it out of harm's way back into the Tech end. Kayepi ahead to Zacharias. broken up and knocked down. No call. They throw it up, walking in. They got loose for the shot. Ramirez made the save. The shot by Cannon. They tip it ahead, but there was nobody there for the pass, and it goes out of play. That would have been huge. They tipped it ahead. Cannon was there. Got the shot off. Ramirez made the save. Manchester gets there first and knocks it away. They tip it deep. Manchester coming down. Broken up nicely. Good defense by Kaipi. Pasquale knocks it back. Broken up again. Knocked out by Tech. 2 minutes and counting left in regulation. Neither team has scored so far. Haven't been a whole lot of scoring opportunities. Broken up. Nice play by Zacharias picking off that pass. Pasquale broken up. They knock it deep. Ramirez is offside. He was going to break. And he was a step or two too far out in front. Winding down this scoreless game. Looking at overtime. They tip it toward the net. Ramirez will come out and get it. Too far ahead. Manchester breaks it up. Zacharias knocked it away. Manchester knocks it deep. Gets headed back towards the net. Manchester is there. Trying to throw it in front. They line up the shot, and they knocked it over the net. They put it right out in front. They had a clear shot from inside the 10-yard line. I think it was First who drilled it. It tipped off the top crossbar and bounced out of play. And it was not First, it was Cannon again. And they blow the whistle, and that's going to be the end of regulation. So nothing to choose between Manchester, Essex, and Tech in this Division 4 North opening round. It's going to take an extra session. 0-0 at the end of regulation. We start 10-minute overtime. Neither team able to score. Both teams have had, I guess you'd call it chances, but the goaltenders, Ramirez hasn't had to do much at all with shots. Carlson, who didn't start, came in early in the first half. He's had some saves, but they've been good looks from a distance. And he kicked it right into virtually the midsection of Carlson. The saves he's made, they were shots on net, but they were easy saves. This is sudden death. Anybody scores, the game is over. They'll play 10 minutes. If nobody scores, they'll play another 10 minutes. If nobody scores, we'll go to a shootout, penalty kicks. And then it will be goalie against goalie then. You don't like to see it come down to that because then it's just one-on-one, and they put the goalies in the middle. Zachariah's going to get called for grabbing first. Manchester Essex will get the kick. They line drive it. It gets tipped to the net. One big hop, shoulder high. That took a big bounce, but Ramirez was able to play it easily. If you gave any kind of a rebound, I think it was Lundstrom that was bearing down on him. Kayipi knocks it upfield. It doesn't go foul when you get it up in the air. Carlson boots it away. Manchester boots it upfield. Manchester has the wind at their back, starting this first overtime. Down the far side, trying to throw it in front. It went by Ramirez and went right by the post. It skipped right by everything. There was nobody there to tip it home. It almost went inside the near post. It just went by everything, right by the front of the net. Ramirez will get to kick it away. Pasquale got a head on it. Tech coming back and got squashed between two white shirts, no call. They tip it ahead. Trying to walk in, they tip it again. Ramirez with a great save and tipped it away. There were four white shirts out in front. If it deflects to the front of the net, the game is over. Junior Ramirez with a great save. They head it to Carlson, he'll kick it away. And instead he throws it upfield. We played 40 minutes, couldn't come up with an advantage for either team. We play another 5 minutes here in overtime. Still trying to come up with something to separate these two teams. Some of these kids have not left the field. They've got to be worn out. They knock it deep. Essex will bring it upfield. Knocked out by Tech. Itengano knocked it out. Lance will take the throw in. Headed up, but back toward the net. Manchester trying to get it. Itengano takes it away. Lance winds up with it. Throws it out in front. Nobody home to get it. Pasquale trying to get loose for a shot. Blocked nicely by Zacharias, who's played very well. Pasquale picks off the pass. And they're going to call Tech for the contact. Itengano letting it go out of play. And it didn't go out of play. They kept it in play. and they took it away. Now it gets knocked out of play. That was a great save by Manchester to keep it in. Now they get the throw in down deep. Headed away again. That's Herrera knocking it out. Shot. It got touched, I believe, by Zacharias, and it just kind of rolled into Ramirez. He was able to make the easy save and boot it away. Just knocked it away. Ramirez looked like he was going to maybe have a shot to go in, and they knocked it away. Capio knocks it to the middle. Manchester knocks it deep. Gonzalez's pass is picked off. Gonzalez knocks it away. Broken up. And that little behind the back pass, they've tried that a few times. It hasn't worked yet. And we're going to get a free kick for Manchester at about the 25-yard line. As we reach the final 2 minutes and counting of this overtime. From the 25. This is Lance with the kick. Dead center. Blocked out in front, actually went off a Manchester player, and then they get it back, and they get under it and kicked it high over the net and out of play. That's Pasquale. So time winding down in this first overtime. Manchester back checks. Pasquale takes it away. Tech is going to get called for the push. Manchester trying to go quickly with time winding down in the overtime. They give it back to the goaltender. Carlson kicks it upfield. Tech takes it away. Ahead, Intangano. Trying to throw it in front, gets it there. They have a shot. They put it right in the middle. They had the shot. It looked like they had the net open. Capio knocked it right into the midsection as Carlson got back in time to make the save. Intangano did a great job of centering it. Capio threw it right on the net, and Carlson was there quickly back and made the nice save. They blow the whistle, and that's going to do it for the first overtime. So we'll do it one more time, another 10-minute overtime, see if we can find someone to get the ball in the net. It's still 0-0 at the end of the first overtime. And we're not even going to take a break. We're going to go right to the second overtime. One more 10-minute overtime. If we can't get it done, we'll go to penalty kicks. So now they switch positions. Tech will have the wind at their back. Manchester Essex will start it off. Manchester picked it up a little bit in that overtime. Had it in the Tech end. Had a couple of opportunities, couldn't take advantage. Tech had that one good chance by Capio. Council will come out and play it. I'm not sure why they made the change in net. as we mentioned, the senior, Maximilian Hahn, started the game. And not even halfway through the first half, he was replaced by Finian Carlson, the young sophomore. Tech knocks it deep. Carlson will back up because it's going to take a very big hop. Manchester trying to get it, work something, trying to get it upfield. They throw it cross field. They knock it to the far side. They knock it deep, foot race. And here's Kayipi hustling back and knocking it out of play, breaking up the play. Two minutes into this second overtime. Manchester with the throwing down deep. Neither team has been able to put the ball in the net. Bodies go down, went off somebody's head. Manchester's going to get a corner kick. Coming from the far side. Everybody milling out in front. They wrap it around, and they got a head on it, and the head went behind the net and out of play. Dylan Wilson was in a good spot, but it hit him near the back part of his head rather than out front, the forehead, so he could, tap it forward. He actually got the back of his head on it and knocked it wide behind the net, out of play. Pasquale with the throw-in. Knocking it to the middle. They tip it up. Looking for a break. Trying to walk in. Taken away nicely by the Tech defense. That's Kayipi again, I think. They tip it to the middle. Deflect it away. And they get a foot on it, but they knock it way too high and over everything. That's first, I believe. Kind of drop kicked it. Three and a half minutes into the second overtime. Tech knocks it deep. Nobody there except Carroll. Pasquale knocks it back the other way. Tipped away, and here's Gonzalez knocking it deep. And we got a Tech player down just shy of midfield. That was well away from the field. I don't know how that happened. .604 left in this second overtime with the Tech player down. That would be an extremely tough loss for Tech. It's Gio Ramirez that went down, and looking at him on the sideline, and a loss would be huge, because if they go to penalty kicks, he would certainly be one of the guys that would take a penalty kick. That would take a big plus away from Tech. More importantly, we hope he's all right. Headed away by Kayipi. Hustling. Getting there first was Pasquale. They knock it deep. Manchester trying to make a play. Getting around. Still in control. Finally stripped and taken away nicely. Zacharias, I don't think he's left the field. He's going to be a tired young man. As we got 5 minutes and counting, we're halfway through and counting the second overtime. And we'll go to penalty kicks if nobody scores in the next 4 minutes now. Knocked out by Tech. Manchester will get a corner kick. Coming from the far side. Out in front, bounced by everybody. Trying to keep it alive, they kick it away. Pasquale boots it to the net. Ramirez will get a good look and play it on a hop. And Tech will clear it away. Pushing it upfield to the near side. Getting around one. Taking the shot, it went wide right. Good effort. That's Murphy, I think. And I always say I think because the numbers for Tech are almost impossible to read. Off Herrera. Pasquale knocks it ahead. Manchester goes down. They were looking for a call. They're not going to get one. And really, in that situation, they shouldn't have got one. Blocked, headed away. Zacharias keeps it in. Battling to try and get around, still battling. Bodies go down. They're going to call Zacharias for the takedown. We're in the final 2 minutes and counting of the second overtime. Straight up in the air. Deflected to the near side. Berkland knocks it to the middle. Macario behind Herrera. Back to Gonzalez. Give and go broken up by Manchester, knocking into the Manchester bench area. Popped up. They knock it deep. Kayipi heads it away. Berkland trying to get it to the net. Broken up a couple of times. Kayipi broke up the first one. Herrera broke up the second one. And now Ramirez throws it upfield as we're winding down the second overtime. Tech with a break down the far side. Trying to get it to the middle. Blocked by Manchester. It'll be a corner kick coming up for Tech. I think Kayipi's going to take it. Time winding down. Kayipi's not going to take it. Out in front, cleared away. They knock it back. Tech knocks it again. And hooks wide left and out of play. And that's going to do it for the second overtime. So the only thing left now is a shootout. 0-0 at the end of regulation and 2 overtimes. And we're going to keep going until we come up with a winner. We're going to come back. And when we do come back, it will be penalty kicks, I believe.
Number four.
Thomas Berkland will be the first kicker. Ramirez in net. Berkland trying to give Manchester a heads up in this penalty kick. And he knocks it home.
Number 10. 10.
Jefferson Lopez will take the shot for Tech. Trying to tie it up, net one apiece. And all you can do, Carlson guessed he was trying to go to his left. Lopez went to his right and banged it home. So we're tied at 1. Atticus Takai Yesu is the kicker for Manchester. And if you're the goaltender here, the only thing you can do is guess. You got that, as I call it, the Grand Canyon. You can see how big it is with Ramirez in net. He's completely overshadowed by the net. He almost guessed right, but they knocked it in, and Manchester leads it 2-1. Henry Martinez is the next shooter. And again, Carlson thought he was going to go to his right, and he went to his left. So both teams perfect. 2 apiece. And it's almost like if you make a save, it's going to be by accident.
19.
Kai Carroll. He's played very well. He's only a freshman. Saved by Ramirez. Great play. He guessed right, got a piece of it, knocked it out. And the first edge goes to Tech thanks to Junior Ramirez. Tremendous save.
26.
Are we sure it's 26? Huh? David Barrios is the kicker. And he knocks it home. He went upstairs. And if Tech can match Manchester, the last two shooters, they're going to walk away with a win. Manchester under the gun. They have to make their next two and hope that Tech misses at least one.
What number? 7.
Benjamin Lance, one of their captains, will take the shot. He missed the net. And right here, the shooter here can win it. Ashby Murphy can win it. Tech has to make one of their next two kicks to win and pick up their 11th win and move on to the quarterfinals of Division 4 North. He went where he wanted to go. He had the Ramirez going to his left. He shot it to the right, but he missed it. Went wide of the far post. They've missed their last two. And Murphy right here can win it for Lynn Tech. Save. So Manchester still has a pulse. They have to make this one and hope that Carlson can make another big save on Tech's last shooter. Kellen First. He's got to make this. If Ramirez can make another save, it's over. If First scores, Tech can still win it with their last shooter. He knocks it home. So we're deadlocked at 3, but Tech has the last shot. Christian Herrera will be the shooter. And it comes down to him. Both goaltenders made terrific saves, and one of the shooters knocked it wide of the net for Manchester. So it comes down to this. If Herrera knocks this in, Tech wins. If not, we keep going. He knocked it in, and that does it. Tech is going to pick up their 11th win. They're going to move on to the quarterfinals. They win it in the shootout. Jefferson Lopez, Henry Martinez, David Barrios, and the winning shot, Christian Herrera, knocks it in. And after regulation, 2 overtimes, we go to penalty kicks shootout. Ramirez made a great save. Carlson made another big save for Manchester. But one of the shooters got what he wanted, got an open net, but shot it wide of the net and out of play. They missed the net, and that gave Tech the edge. They prolonged it when Carlson made the big save on Murphy. But then Herrera comes through, knocks it in, and Tech, a hard-earned win. Neither team could score forever. But in the shootouts, right down to the last shooter for Tech, and it was Christian Herrera knocking it home, and Tech will get the win. A very tough loss for Manchester Essex. They'll be done for the season. Tech will move on and play the number 1 seed in Division 4 North in the quarterfinal round, but they're alive for yet another game, another continuing a great season by Eric Moreno Sr. and his Tech Tigers. So in a shootout, Tech wins it by a score of 4-3 with Herrera's shot to the decider. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.